Seriously, Bud is brought to you by OmniSend. OmniSend is a top choice for email and SMS marketing on WordPress, perfect for WooCommerce shops. Easily connect with customers and send out awesome campaigns every day. We'll be back in a bit to tell you about our other friendly sponsors. Hello, my name is Bree, and welcome to Seriously, Bud, a podcast featuring an unexpected conversation with someone from the WordPress community. And now it's time for our host, my dad, Bud Kraus.
Thank you, Bree. You know, I had so much fun last time speaking with Imran Sadiq. I thought I would do this all over again. Now, I'll be back at the end to give you my thoughts about this week's episode. It's number 114. So here we go. Yulia, Kovtun, welcome to Seriously, Bud. I mangled your name like I do everybody else's. How do I say your name?
Just Yulia or Jules. Jules is okay.
Jules. What about your last name?
Kovtun, but my father's surname is Lessig. It's much difficult.
It's almost like Jessica Leisig from Germany. I think she's from Germany. I don't know if Jessica. I want her on the show, but that's another story. Okay. We're liable to see your name as two different ways, right? Tell us the two different ways.
Oh, Yulia Kovtun or Jules Lessig.
Okay, I've seen both ways, and I thought they were two different people. So I really did.
I have several personalities, I guess.
We'll find out. Now, you also are in Ukraine, just as I just mentioned a minute ago to you. The show is turning into Seriously Bud Ukraine edition. I went through this Indian phase where I interviewed everybody from India. Now I'm into Ukraine. And who do you know? We must know a ton of people from, and it's okay to name drop here, from Ukraine in the WordPress community. Who do you know?
Hanna Gurko from Kherson.
Yes,
she is my boss. She is my boss, yeah. And Lana Miro was also my teammate, and she is a friend of mine, and we live in the same city in Mykolaiv.
Yes, you do. I can't wait to hear this. Yes, you do. And what about Sabrina Zayden? Do you know Sabrina? She used to live in Ukraine.
Yes, I know her, but from the WordCamps and from WordPress community only, because once we met in 2023 on WordCamp Athens, and I was surprised that so many Ukrainians are there. Yeah.
And I was at that WordCamp, and I remember talking to, I wish I knew who it was, from Ukraine. There was somebody had a booth from Ukraine, and I said to this person, how did you get here? Because you can't fly. And, well, we have to take a bus, and then you take a train, and you go by car, and you go. And it took forever to go from Ukraine to Greece because you can't fly.
36 hours, but 36 hours by bus
to go
from my city to Athens.
Wow. Yeah.
That was a story. That was our PR during WordCamp.
You were there. I wonder who was, maybe it was Anna. I don't know who I met. Yeah, it's very possible I met her. And then I met her at WordCamp US. I've had 4 women on from Ukraine. Are there any guys? Oh, they're at the war, unfortunately. Are there? Yeah, right?
Yeah. We have guys, but they are too shy to take some interviews to get to come over. And that's a shame.
Yeah, I have not asked anybody this question yet. Are you familiar with this line in a Beatle lyric? The Ukraine girls really knocked me out. Have you ever heard that?
Yes, sure.
Of course. Yes.
Of course.
I think they're right. I think there was something to that lyric that wasn't just a lyric. I think they were telling the truth. All right. I had Lana on the show the other day. I had her dropped her episode and she was giggling and laughing. And it sounds like you do a bit of that yourself. Now, we don't really know each other, although we met each other for a few minutes at WordCamp Europe. How are things going for you?
Quite normal as for war in our city. Actually, today I woke up and it's 4 a.m. and my cat just wake me up with his whiskers and I couldn't fall asleep again. And I just was staring in the window and heard the reactive Shahed was just bombing less than kilometers away.
Oh, lovely. How many times, let's say in the last 2 months, did you have to go into a bomb shelter?
I don't have one. It's too far and they're not as good as could be, actually. You know that Russians took schools and libraries and all this type of buildings as their targets. And these buildings also have shelters, but the rockets are really impressive. They are huge. If there is a direct hit into this building, this shelter wouldn't help.
So safe rooms, none of that's going to help you at all.
Yeah. But we found a place in the park where we can go out, just not to be blocked by the building if something happens.
Oh, I see. And you get warning by an app on your cell phone. Hey, something's coming.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that. I didn't.
Oh, we have an app, Read Alerts, but we also have Telegram channels from other guys who are serving as well. The attacks are like scheduled, and we know the schedule of the attack. That's insane. That's the unique type of war. Nobody has it. Nobody has the schedule of the attacks.
How is that possible? That's so interesting.
Because of surveillance.
You have the schedule of the attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, the surveillance. They see that the stations are out from the shelters, the Russian stationary. And then they understand that, for example, my city, it's just 2 minutes to fly the missile to the city. For example, and we know that, 2 minutes is not enough to go out, actually.
No. Have you experienced that hypersonic, the new kinds of missiles that are really...
Of course.
You have? Oh, my God. I was talking about this morning with my wife about drones and missiles, and we have no conception of what it would be like to be under that kind of attack.
Yeah, that's a new type of war. It's really unique. I read a lot of books behind, or you hear behind my back, and lots of books about war in different countries, different epochs, and actually, that's not close enough. It's insane how it goes right now. But I have all the first aid kits in each room. I have whistles, I have lanterns, I have everything I need. I'm trained to actually get the first aid after the attack. I know how to use tourniquets, and that's our life. And that's okay. Actually, about tourniquets, I'm the ambassador of that, because in everyday life, you need to wear it, because that's not only about missiles. That's about car crashes. That's about everything. And actually, that's my desire, because I love combat medicine, and that's everything that is connected. And my husband is a combat medic. We are weirdos because
you love all this stuff. You don't love the war, but you like the medical part. Yeah, amazing. You told me before this is your second husband.
The third.
You're awfully young to have 3 husbands.
Come on, I'm 35.
Oh, then you've got lots of time. You could collect 5 or 6 of these along the way. I do know people that have been married 4 times, but they're older, 35. You want to tell us what's going on?
Actually, as an English language teacher, I'm shy to ask you, is it there is equivalent in English language for milky husband? Like the first husband when you was young enough? Right. Yeah, like this. And
I'm going to see if I can say this right. You milked him or he milked you?
Oh, seriously, but
I don't know how to translate this milky thing. So I
was too young, and we were studying at the same university.
Yeah.
And we decided to split, because we were 2 different personalities in the end of our marriage.
And you got married too young. It sounds like you just got married too young.
I was 25 or 24. And that's kind of this. And the second husband, I don't remember how old I was, but that was not too long, for 2 years. And because of war and his position concerning the Russians, concerning the attacks, and he was not supportive, and he was alcoholic, and he drank during war. And those times I need to carry everything, and 2 cats, 1 dog, his mom, and him. And that was quite challenging. And I understood that I'm really multitasking, and I'm like a Swiss knife, actually. Because I dealt with it, but decided to split. Okay, I had lots of mental issues.
Yeah. So in number 2, did you keep everybody except him? Right? You kept the mother-in-law, the cats, the dog. Or did you get rid of the mother-in-law?
She decided to go with him. That's it. But her apartment was destroyed, and after we renovated her apartment, and she just moved to her house, grabbed her cat. But he grabbed my dog and cat. So I stayed alone, and that was also quite challenging. When you have not big flats, it's not a big one, 46 square meters, it's tiny, and you have 2 adult people, you have 3 animals, and then...
And no wonder, right?
Yeah.
You're too close to each other all the time.
Yes, all the time. And in a year, I met Alex, my future husband.
Oh, so you're not married yet?
Not married, but I'm telling that he is my hubby. That's okay.
Of course, whatever you want. Now, and how did you meet hubby number 3? What were you just drinking there? There have been people that drink on my show.
Water, just water.
That's so boring. I was hoping it would be something else. Okay.
I drank Jack Daniels before.
Before you came on? Oh, you're my hero.
The third time is a charm, and we met in Tinder, and our first date never... Yeah, and our first date never goes as planned because we have lots of air alerts, and he was serving at the air base, actually. But in a couple of days, we decided to meet, and here we are.
How long ago was that?
2 years.
You are going to marry him?
I hope so.
I'm not saying a thing. Your mother and father, they're alive?
Yeah, everything is okay with them, yeah.
Okay, so what do they say about your life?
Come on, another one.
They do say that, right? Come on, another one.
But that's okay, jokes aside, but everything is okay. He is a kind man, and they love him, yeah.
That's the important. You just said the magic words. And are you planning on having children?
I'm not sure.
Because nobody is. This is a common theme, and especially in the WordPress community, like people your age, everybody says, nope, I'm not going to have any kids. And what are the reasons? I don't want to change the way I live, and I don't want to bring another child into this world.
The second reason is okay, but the first one is that I think that I should have children before, when I was younger, because in Ukraine, it's common to have kids when you have 20s, 22, and it's easier to have the first one, the second one, the third one,
right.
That's it. But I have so turbulent life, so it's better off right now, and we are thinking about it, but it's okay to adopt a kid because lots of kids, right now, and difficult conditions and difficult actual situations without parents right now in Ukraine. And
but the situation you're in right now, I can certainly understand why you would say.
Yeah.
And let me talk about Lana for a second, because she, Lana Miro we're speaking of, and she lives in the same city as you. Hard to believe. Now, did you take her job? What's the story here? Did I say that right? Didn't you get her job at Crocoblock? Yes? No. Who got her job at Crocoblock?
Actually...
Victoria, right?
We have 2 Victorias.
Man, I mean, wait a minute. I see these balloons. Did you do that? Nobody can see what you just did.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, don't worry. All right, so you have 2 Victorias. Go ahead.
We have 2 Victorias, and we have also Daria, and they are working with the content, with the affiliates, and so on and so forth. But my job is slightly different, and I switched lots of positions in Crocoblock, starting from the video maker. I did video tutorials.
Oh, you're another person that does my job. Okay, go ahead.
That was 7 years ago. Everything has changed, so I cannot repeat this success.
You've been around there. Now, before we go on, we don't talk about WordPress, but I'll give you a few minutes to talk about the world famous Crocoblock, which is a plugin. I have to explain this. To WordPress, a plugin extends what WordPress does by default. And in your case, your plugin does stuff that extends WooCommerce, if I'm not mistaken, largely. And it isn't just a plugin, it's a suite or series of plugins that changes what WooCommerce does by default, right?
Elementor, WooCommerce, Gutenberg, Divi, and Bricks.
Wow, everything. So you guys are filling in the gaps of what these other plugins don't do. You're like a plugin to a plugin. And you have different kinds of plugins, as you just mentioned.
Yeah, and recently we had, if it's okay to say, we just have a better version of Crocoblock, so we decided to switch from being attached to other builders just to have our own. And that's it. So not only Crocoblock about set of plugins, but sounds like an advertising. I'm sorry.
You're not going to get far with advertising on my show. I will cut you off. One thing about the name Crocoblock, who came up with that?
Oh, the first founder. But the most interesting story, I guess Anna told you about it or not. Actually, there was a domain name at our company that called Crocoblock. And when they took several versions, what domain to took, and Crocoblock is okay because croc in Ukrainian is step. Croc.
Okay, right.
In Ukrainian, it sounds like croc, step.
Got it.
And block like blocks because Gutenberg blocks, and that sounded logical. But our customers decided that we are somehow connected to the crocodile. And that's insane.
Now I know. So I'll probably ask 5 more times. What does it mean? I know I met you in Poland a couple months ago, but have you ever been to the United States?
No, never.
Do you want to come here?
Yeah, I wanted. And once I almost bought tickets, but something changed. I guess my mom was in the hospital, something like that. I don't remember. Actually, I would like to come over.
Why not? We'd like you to come. Have you traveled a lot in Europe and elsewhere?
Thankfully, I was at Athens. I was Milan, Torino, Poland, then Madrid. But in Madrid, I was actually 3 times.
Nice.
Yeah, I have been living in Spain for 6 months.
Hold on a second.
Student, yeah.
Time out. Wouldn't it be great, because of what happened yesterday, which was Spain won the World Cup, wouldn't it be great to be in Spain right now?
No.
Why not?
I don't like too many people.
Oh.
Come on, I live in a small city, actually. It's not crowded. And last weekend we had 2 concerts at our town, and we didn't want to come over because lots of people there.
Hold on a second. You know how many people have left Ukraine because of the war? There's nobody there anymore, right? Do you notice that?
A lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of teens, and they
do
are crazy.
Notice.
Yes, and we never had a lot of cars. Yeah, a lot of cars. Actually, before, 2 years ago, the roads were partly empty. Nowadays, you can stuck there. You can miss your train, actually.
What's the name of the city that you're in again? Because
in Mykolaiv.
Mykolaiv. Did you see Lana at all? Did you ever run into her? Nobody's there but the 2 of you.
Hey there. We'll get back to the show in just a moment. Seriously, Bud is made possible by Pressable. They make managed WordPress hosting simple. Your sites load fast, stay online, and you get 24/7 expert support from people who actually know their stuff. No downtime drama, no endless tech headaches, just hosting that works. Whether you've got one site or hundreds, Pressable keeps things smooth and secure so you can focus on your business. Check them out at pressable.com/BUD. And finally, by the WP.world, a great way to see who's in the WP world and what they are up to. Find out at the WP.world. That's right, it's the WP.world. And let others know what you're up to, too. Now, let's get back to the show.
Yes, sure. We meet just a couple times a month.
Okay.
And drinking coffee, discussing life, books, of course, and husbands. And that's it.
So, and you, don't tell me, you read books a lot like her, right? Because she's a bookworm. She says she's boring.
Yeah.
How about you? Are you boring too? You read books all the time and just...
I guess, because I used to write my PhD thesis about foreign literature. So, I love books.
You guys are so smart. It's amazing that anybody will ever talk to me in the WordPress world. Everybody is so... Look at you with a PhD.
Only best people here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm there, not that. But would you get a PhD in?
I didn't get it. I didn't finish my thesis.
What was the thesis in?
Are you ready?
Go for it.
Christian Discourse in Clive Staples Lewis' Cosmic Trilogy. That's about how Lewis implemented Christianity into science fiction. And my main aim actually was to understand how science fiction literature, how this genre could hold the Christian discourse, the Adam and Eve, let's to say, line, and how Lewis deals with this story, with this biblical story. And that was interesting to investigate and to dig into. But I didn't finish because actually in Ukraine there was no PhD in science fiction. And my opponents were not seriously considering the science fiction as a genre in literature. And they called every science fiction book as a fantasy book. And for me, it's non-negotiable because I'm digging the genre. And I need to have opponents with understanding that genres different and they can intersect. But okay, that's enough of me. That's literature.
No. I'm just sitting here listening to this thinking like, how are you going to make a living with this? Did you ever think of that? Because, of course, that's what I think of. Is like, what are you going to do with this?
Yeah.
Look what the skills that you acquired by doing this. Thinking. concentration, all those things. Yeah, that's more valuable than anything. I could tell. Look what you learned.
That's why it's, for me, a pleasure to work with AI systems, because I understand how to dig information.
Well, you're probably teaching. You're teaching AI, right? And you're right all the time. So you're teaching AI how to.
I used to be a teacher. I worked at university.
Me too. Yeah. Oh, wow. All right. So what did you? Let me guess. Writing, nonfiction, science fiction. What did you? Anything? Oh my goodness.
My pronunciation was better 6 years ago or 10 years ago. I don't remember what year it was I finished, but I used to teaching the phonetics, the speaking club, and foreign literature, the history of foreign literature.
Oh, my goodness. When you were a student, I'm going to take a guess. You could do mathematics when you were in first grade. Yes? You were good in math. Good in English.
No, just English.
Oh, just English. Oh, you were definitely good in English.
At university, I had good company. I met a lot of friends, and they are so different. When you get 20 people around you, and they cannot communicate. And they cannot communicate with each other, but I can talk to everybody. And I guess that's why superpower, because...
I was going to get to that. How did you know? So what is your superpower? Let's have the superpower.
I can talk you to death, I guess.
Oh, you can't do that to me.
So but to people, probably my greatest fear not to be annoying and not boring, but annoying, because if I want to tell somebody stories, that I can be too much to my mind. But that's a part of my therapy. That's okay.
Keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your therapy. So you see a shrink? You see a psychiatrist, psychologist? Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking meds. I have an anxiety depression disorder. And
so you have anxiety disorder? I think Lana said she had. A lot of people have this in WordPress, especially because they tend to be introverts, right? And then they also, I get this too. I think especially people who are not English-speaking people get a little, my English isn't good enough. And your English is good enough. Her English was good enough. I admire everybody who speaks English when it was not their native tongue, because these are hard things to learn. When did you first start speaking English?
First class.
First grade, first class.
So first class was great, yeah, because we had a teacher that she decided we had this humanitarian and philologist program at school. So kids can learn English from the alphabet from the first grade. But speaking English, I really started at university, because at school that was, you're talking wrong. You have grammar mistakes, so shut up. Or if you have some mistakes, rewrite. Even if you have mistakes in the sentence, so you need to rewrite this sentence for 25,000 times in order to remember. Not to understand the rule itself, why I have some mistakes. But to rewrite, and you cannot talk freely. You can write, but speaking
is the hardest. You can understand, you can write, but speaking comes at the end when you feel more comfortable and you're not worried about people judging you anymore. Or maybe you are. You know this. I'm an utter admiration of you. I just said that, of anybody that can speak English. And see, I think you should think that instead of thinking like, what will they think of the way I speak English? Maybe they'll think really good, like I do. You know what? This is something that I've come to realize because I've spoken to so many people. English is not their native language. I love to hear English out of the mouths of people where it's not their native language. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's cool. I also love to. We have lots of humanitarian missions and lots of officers here. They come over to Mykolaiv and have their aid here from different countries, from Norwegia, from Denmark, from Germany, from France, from United States, from Canada. A lot of people here. And if to talk about people who shifted countries when they were kids, but their parents are Ukrainians, that's okay. You see that you hear the accent that they know Ukrainian, but they have the accent.
Yeah.
But those people who come over here for 3 or 2 years just to help Ukrainian and they start learning Ukrainian, that's fantastic. I'm having these goosebumps here because once I heard... Yeah. And guys are so good and fluent Ukrainian, so I decided, okay, my English is okay. Because if I understand them, they understand me, so that's cool.
I always ask, where are you from? Like, I'll get into the Uber and they have an accent. And I'll say, okay, you're from Dominican Republic, because they're all from Dominican. But you can start to tell. And if you listen really carefully to the accents as they speak in English, you can hear the influences of different languages within that accent. I think that's so cool, especially after all this time listening to people, non-native English speakers. Fascinating to hear their accents. That's why I say I love to hear English out of the mouths of people whose native language is not English. Do you have any brother? I know all about the husband stuff. Okay, but do you have any?
You're welcome,
brothers. Okay, I love that. I wish I was fast enough to do that. You're welcome thing. Okay, do you brothers, sisters? What?
No, I'm the only one flowering.
Is that so? You're an only child.
Yes.
And I'm not going to ask that dumb question. So what's it like to grow up as an only child, as if you know the difference?
Too many pressure.
Aha. Too much pressure.
Too much pressure, yeah, I'm sorry.
And how did you internalize that? Did you stop eating? Did you eat too much? Did you, I don't know. What happens?
When mom comes and tells me that you're the only child in our family who will support us when we cannot move.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Who will bring me a glass of water when I'm old? You.
Yeah.
So you're the only child. So please study well. I know, work well, get your old money on the bank and start to investigations or something like that. And too much pressure, that's too much, let's just say,
at any age.
intrusion into your life. Yeah. And that's
what about
kind
your
of
dad?
Yeah,
your
the
father
same one.
too? He did the same thing.
Yeah, the same thing. About a glass of water. We have in Ukraine, I don't know if you have this in your culture, but in Ukraine, the parents usually told us, who will bring us a glass of water when we are old? So we gave birth to you so you could bring us a glass of water. Thank you, guys.
So that's what it's all about. Getting children to bring you a glass of water later on.
Yeah. Only that.
Wow.
That's because lots of pressure and lots of hopes on you, because my parents just in 90s, they have not very wealthy life and they were surviving in 90s in Ukraine, here in the southern part. And all the hopes, all the motives were just, we invest in you so you can carry us. And that's...
See, and they were not afraid to express that. Whereas here, we don't say it that way. Of course, we feel we want the next generation to live better lives, but we don't say for us, we say for them. But see, we have the luxury of saying that, whereas in your world, especially in the 1990s, I assume there was a lot of turmoil going on. And there was. And so you can see why they say, I want you to take care of me when I get old. Yeah.
Yeah. That's understandable. They are afraid to be lonely. And they somehow imagine this world wherein I don't want to carry about them or something like that. Come on, who told you that? So
yeah, who told you that? Have you ever been to Chernobyl? I know it's a crazy question.
No, I wanna.
Me too. And it's really turning into, do you know this? It's turning into a tourist attraction. Did you know that?
Yes. But right now it is dangerous because the missiles are hitting there as well. And every time missile hits the Chernobyl forest, the radiation arises. So it's right now, it's not good. Some stalkers are there, of course, and during the war as well. But it's not very safe in terms of war, not about the radiation.
I told you, and I said this to Lana, Ukraine's going to be a tourist attraction. There might be a WordCamp Europe in Kyiv in a few years. I know it sounds nutty, but don't be surprised if that doesn't happen. Look what you have. You have Chernobyl, you've got Odessa, you've got Crimea, you've got all these places, Kyiv. You've got a lot of stuff going for you as a tourist attraction. But Chernobyl.
But we also have Venice in Odessa region. We have also channels, lots of channels. And in Kherson region, we also have kind of Venice there. And that's really interesting when you have lots of channels there, lots of rivers, and tiny houses and tiny villages. That's beautiful. You can sit there all day and listen to the nature. It's stunning. I would love to go there, but... Right now, no, but once the war is over, I would like to go to every region in
Me
Ukraine
too.
and to live there at least for a week.
I think what you just described would be a perfect place to put a Disney World, don't you?
Probably, yeah, looks like Florida, yeah?
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, that's impossible there because the ground is not so adaptable. It's dangerous to build there high buildings.
What is the eastern region like? The Donbass, the area where the Russians are, is that different than out west? Ukraine is so big.
It is huge. It is huge. If I'm not mistaken, it's a bit smaller than Spain or something like that. And the Donbass and Luhansk regions, they have mostly steppes there. Only field steppes. Yeah.
They used to call it a breadbasket of Europe. You are too young for all that, but
yeah, of course I know it.
You don't. No, you don't. You are way too young. They used to call it the steppes when they would call. Why do they call it the steppes? I never could figure that out. Is there like steppes or what? What's that all about? The steppes?
Steppe. That's the geographical name of the region when you do not have much trees because it's too hot there and a lot of fertile ground there and soil actually. Yeah. And that's.
Do they call it like Crocoblock? Like steps?
Good one. I love puns. I love puns so much.
I wanted to prove to you that unlike other episodes, I'm actually paying attention this time. What do you do? You ride a bike? What do you like? Physical activities? You play soccer?
Physical activity.
Football?
Oh,
football.
No, come on. I'm looking as a footballer. I know a bit Spanish, but I didn't win the cup. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. But I'm guessing maybe you roller skate or you bicycle or you what? You do ski? You can't ski in Ukraine. Well, no.
I can, but not now. Yes, no bicycles because I have problems with bicycles and motorbikes. I fall off and all the time, and that's not my case. Yeah, because after word camp we went to Albania and we ride a bike and we fell off from the bike, and that was not an interesting experience.
Wait, who's we? This is your hubby to be?
Husband. Yeah.
Oh, husband. Okay, sorry. And you fell off the bike, both of you together at the same time. That's not.
Yeah, but the speed of the bike was just 5 kilometers per hour. That's not too fast, but we just fell off.
Do you meditate every day? Do you exercise? What do you do?
Actually, I have my, how does it call?
Walking?
Walking inside. I have this.
Oh, a treadmill.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I like walking the city a lot. I used to walk for 20, 30 kilometers per day, just listening to some podcasts and yours as well. Listening to,
music to my ears. I love it when people tell me they do that kind of thing. Listening to podcasts is the idea is to get people to form a habit. It's habit. You want people to form the habit of listening to your podcast. And it's hard because people don't have time. So it has to be when they're walking, the gym and the car and the train. But getting people to establish that habit is very hard. Also very easy for them to fall out of the habit too. Very easy.
Yeah. So mostly walking. That's difficult for me it was difficult for me because of the disorders. So to make myself stand up from the bed some years ago. And I'm just trying to cover.
What? Wait. This sounds pretty serious. Let's get started here. Now, I have talked about this several times, and I don't know if you know Corey Miller. I talked to Corey about this, about depression. How I've suffered from depression. Now, not now, but it sounds like something that you struggle with too. Listen, it's okay to struggle in a war. It would be okay. That's understandable, but it sounds like it's hard. Depression is misunderstood. It is not sadness or real bad sadness. You're shaking your head because you know what I'm talking about. And it is debilitating. It's very hard sometimes to get out of bed. You feel like your life is worthless. You feel like nothing you can do can get you out of it. It's very easy to slip into a depression. Very hard sometimes to come out of it. You can't just snap out of it. And it can be frightening. And when that expression, they suffer from depression. That's real. You suffer.
That's not another thing because actually I used to have depression for 10 years probably, but it is like people tend to think that it's like an illness that you have 2 months and you take pills.
No.
But I talked to doctors and they just have me diagnosed that I probably had depression about 10 years. And just last year, I decided I cannot do this anymore.
You can say, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now, you said medication before. Now, I take medication too. It's a very, I don't even know I call it the happy pill because I don't even know what the heck it is. And it's made a world of difference.
Yes.
And if you can take medication to help with depression or any mental illness, why wouldn't you do it? Because you would, if you have diabetes or heart condition, take medication for that too. So why wouldn't you do it for depression?
People are afraid of medication, because of the history of medication, actually.
Good point.
Because the history of pharmacy, how these meds were tested, actually, and lots of. But now it's 2026, and these meds are even not hormonal. Seriously, you can take them, and it's okay. And the sadness, the most, let's just say, sad part about it, that people cannot understand that they need help.
Years ago, no one would dare have a podcast when they did, they say, well, I've suffered from depression. They would never say that. And now it's almost become hip to be depressed.
Yeah, that's strange.
It is. It's like they want you to talk about depression. They want you to talk about being legally blind. They want you to talk, which kind of bores me, but it's all right.
Everybody is wearing glasses right now and having depression. Come on. And the sleep deprivation. That's the world we're living in.
True. All right, we're almost done, but I have to ask you this question as I think about. So you work for this technical company, in essence. Do you have any technical background? I didn't hear that. Like, coding or... So see, anybody that's listening, if you want to get into the tech world, you don't have to be a techie. But you are a marketing person, yes?
Yeah. Yeah, Swiss knife, that's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but I'm switcher. I'm easily switching between tasks and, let's just say, departments. Because I started,
Yeah, Anna, she probably says to you, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. It sounds like you're her chief, we call it chief factotum, the person that, I think I invented that, but I don't know. But the person that's just there to help in any way they can.
Yeah.
The CEO.
Apart from the WordPress community, but YouTube maker, then supporter, then QA and support, then customer care, then we did first Zoom calls to support clients. Also me, because everybody was afraid to talk English with clients. Come on, are you serious? No. And then after Zoom calls...
Just next time that comes up, you say, listen to what Bud said. People actually like to hear from people that don't speak English as their native language. It's just the opposite of what you think. I mean, and when I'm in, let's say, Spain, I know a little bit of Spanish. They always encourage me to speak because why not? No one ever says, why can't you speak Spanish better? I never hear that.
En serio, Bud? En serio?
All right. So, Jules, Yulia, I like that better. Don't say it right. Who do you suggest I have on a future episode of Seriously, Bud? She's got tell me, you too? Oh,
come on, I'm Lana's friend. So I also have a list.
I know. I love it. Okay, a list. Okay.
Verdi Hines from Elementor and Code Snippets. Verdi.
I don't know Verdi. Verdi? Wait.
Come on, this handsome, bold man.
Oh, you mean more handsome than Remkes de Vries? Who can be more handsome than him?
I'm a friend of Verdi, so that's why he is more handsome than...
Okay, the other guy. Do you know Remkes?
Yeah, we met at some word camps.
I know.
Cannot recollect. Yeah. Hadas from Freemuse.
I've heard of Hadas. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Then Goran Mirkovic. He used to work with Hadas. I will send you the Facebook links.
But I want you to say the names here. Yeah.
Yeah. And Reitis Savelis, he is also a nice, bold man from the WP Bakery. And he has lots of stories to tell. And he loves puns, sarcasm, irony, jokes. And actually,
Join the club. Which one of those four could you get on the show pretty easily?
Yeah, I can write Verdi and Reitis.
Okay.
I hope that I pronounce their names correctly, but that would be a shame.
Don't worry. Look at me. I can't. Come on. You can't. Just making the effort, people appreciate that, I think, even if they screw it up. I think anything else you want, you got everything done that you want to say. We did a psychiatric thing. We did everything.
Sessions. Yeah, we had psychiatric sessions. We haven't talked about books, but I guess it's boring.
Oh, yeah.
Not told.
Yeah, books is boring. Yeah, books is boring. I thought you were going to say something else, but okay. Jules, Yulia, thank you so much for doing this. What can I say? I hope you come to the United States sometime.
I hope to. Thank you, Beth.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Take care.
Hey, I didn't know that Yulia goes by the name Jules, and I've also seen it as Julia, has been married 3 times, although the current one is not yet official. And what does her mother think? Come on, another one says she's never been to the States, or Chernobyl for that matter, and one day thinks, just like me, that Chernobyl is going to be a major tourist attraction in Ukraine once the war ends, has taught the history of foreign literature, and finally, as the saying goes in Ukraine, who will bring me a glass of water when I get old? Did you? Until next time, thank you for your time.